everybody, today I want to do a review on Melt Cosmetics. I've already done a full concise review on all of the shades. If you'd like to see that, I'll leave a link below. But this is going to focus on only the two new shades, which is Bane and Below. If you're unfamiliar about what Melt Cosmetics is, it's a new cosmetics brand. Well, it's been around for like a year and a half now, a year. And they feature very bright, radioactive shades. And if you've heard of Lime Crime, it's kind of like that, except for they don't do shady things, and most of their lipsticks are matte, and they last for like ever, highly pigmented. Oh my god, I could recommend them from here to next week. Some of them do stain, but these don't. So let's talk about these shades. So we have Below. By the way, this is the tube. It's very, it's a matte black tube, very sleek, easy to, you can see the name if you store them upside down. Basically, Below is a beautiful dark green. Their picture showed this as way darker than it came, but this isn't the first time they've done that. With by Starlight and a few of their other shades, their promotional pictures make the shade look much darker, when in reality you get it and it's not too dark. Now, Below is a little bit creamier than the rest of them, whereas, okay, how do I compare this? If you've tried MAC and you know what a retro matte feels like, that's typically what the Melt Cosmetics line feels like. But Below is kind of like a regular matte lipstick, if that makes sense. Borderline satin, but still has that matte finish. In drugstore terms, it's kind of like Wet n Wild's Mega Last matte lipstick, kind of like that, where you have just a tiny bit, like you see how I'm wearing lipstick now that's matte. So it's kind of like this, where you have a little bit of shine in it, but it's still very, very matte. Very matte. And it's going to last all day on you, which is fantastic. These lipsticks, they don't quit. That's all I'm going to say. So here is a swatch of Below. So, I'm going to do two swipes, but on the lips they're extremely opaque. My hand is just, I'm getting old, so I'm getting like wrinkly on my hand, so it's a little bit hard for me to do a swatch, but I'm going to include a picture swatch at the end. But, one swipe opacity and you are good to go, which is fantastic. But as you can see, it's a little bit lighter of a green than you would expect. So, I was a little bit shocked at that, thinking I was getting a beautiful deep emerald color, and I really got a medium green, so that was a little bit disappointing. Then we have a black lipstick, and this one is called Bane, and some people have asked me, like, how does this compare to MAC's Hot Core? Well, I like this one better. This one has extremely pure black pigmentation. It's not streaky. I didn't need to build it up. I could do one swipe and my lips were black. I also like, by the way, if you're not a fan of black lipstick, you're like, I don't know what to do with black lipstick, you can apply it to other lip shades to change them. Like, I'll show you really quickly. I'm going somewhere with this. So, I just put a little dab in the center of my lips, and I got extreme pigmentation. I probably put too much, but my point of this is that you can apply it over other shades that you may have, like purples or reds, to make them just darker. Now, of course, if I was doing this with a lip brush, it would look much better, but considering I just used my finger, you can see that my lipstick went from a nice bright red to a little bit more of a vampy shade. And again, if I had used a lip brush, been a little bit more professional about it, it would look a little bit more well done. But I just wanted to show you for the sake of color. Very, very, very pigmented. And if you, like I said, if you're not a fan of black lipstick, like pure black lipstick, you can add it to other lipsticks or just dab some in the center of your lips and then blend out, use a lip brush. And you can darken any lipstick you have, which is great for the winter months if you don't want to have to replenish your collection of lipsticks. Say you have some bright reds and some bright pinks and the bright purples, a little bit of black lipstick, and you can, there you go, you got your winter vamps. So with that being said, let's do a swatch of it. So that's one swipe on my crappy hand. So you can see it's really great. Two swipes, extremely pure. It's pure black matte. This is everything I expected Hot Core to be. And while Hot Core performed pretty well for me, like I said, there was slight streaking. These shades, you don't really have to build them up. They're very opaque. They're very different. Well, black's not too different anymore, but the green is pretty different, and if you're afraid you can't pull off the green, That's poppycock. I'm sorry, but everybody can pull off these shades. It's all about how you wear them and how you pair them. So if you're going to, say, venture out and try a deep green or even a medium green, however it wears on you, try to pair it with a more neutral eye, maybe a very nude look, maybe pull out your Naked palette from Urban Decay, and then pair it with other items of clothes, maybe have a little pop of green in your outfit. You know, you can do it different ways where it doesn't seem so out there or garish, whatever the word is. You can wear these colors, they are wearable, and they can be very chic. So trust me on this, please. As for how I feel, overall, they are a win for me. I love them. I think that Bane is the perfect black, and aside from below being just not green, I wish it was darker. I still love it. I still think it's a really pretty green. I love the matte formula. They have a little bit of a confectionery like smell, but there's no discernible taste, so you don't have to worry about that. They don't bleed, they don't feather, and they last for like 8 or 9 hours. Like, these things, they don't come off. They're on. You don't have to really use a lip liner, nothing. They are like pro. They are a little bit pricey. They're $19 each, and that's more than a MAC lipstick, so if you felt that MAC was just too pricey, these might be really pricey for you, but they're worth it. Save up, get them, you'll be happy. And they have some really pretty shades like hot pink, they have a summery orange, they have a wide range. So what I would do is maybe pick up a lipstick from the drugstore that you may like, and then buy the higher end from Melt, because these, you don't have to keep reapplying. They're great. They're great. They're great. They're great. I can't say it enough. When I love something, I love it. What do you guys think about Melt Cosmetics? Did you try them? Have you picked up a few shades from either their first launch, their second launch, or this launch? Did you pick up some shades that you might not have been able to get, like by Starlight, by Space Cake, or the 666 shade, which this is kind of reminding me of slightly? Did you pick those up? Did you finally get them? Let me know if you picked them up. I'd be so happy to hear if you finally got to try them. And follow me on Instagram and enjoy the picture swatches. I'm Recycled Stardust.